I wonder if dear old Papa for Camilla has lived. Oh my goodness. How do you fuck up this badly? I want her to be like, well, you have mythic powers, or you have magical powers, I don't. Bitch, that's not why I've been succeeding. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've done a lot, but like, that's not the only reason. My mythic powers didn't extend to my troops.
Hesitation is a waste of time.
Okay, or just, I guess we'll save. Yeah.
I will not be trifled with. Careful now.
Yeah. There you have it, Commander, our temporary base. It's embarrassing to have you show up to show you how things turned out, but we're gonna do something about it. Got nothing to be embarrassed. You survived, and you're still fighting. What happened? I'm sure you have nothing to be ashamed of. You did everything you could. Thank you, Commander. I know our little squad never stood a chance of holding the fortress, but we were hoping for a miracle. I don't know what we'd have done without you, but we would have thought of something to make you proud. Anyway, enough of that. Let me finally get you caught up on everything you missed. Things were quiet at first, you know, as quiet as they were when you were here. I mean, the Queen took hold of the reins, but she wasn't gonna go against your wishes, so she kind of left everything as it was. She just told everyone to hold on and that you'd be back soon. Things carried on like that for 6 months. For 6 months, she has done nothing. Yeah. Why are you acting surprised? I'm no expert in demon stuff, but it hasn't been that long for you. There's definitely something fishy going on. Magical trap or something? Right, so 6 months passed. What happened? So listen, 6 months, that ain't nothing, you know? After a while, we realized that that maybe you wouldn't be coming back. The Queen was real cut up about it. She was always praying to Iomade, asking for a counsel. One time I overheard her blaming herself for sending you to the Abyss. But you know our Galfrey, she's laid plenty of friends to rest in her life. If she called out the Crusades after every death, we would have lost to the demons a long time ago. So Galfrey pulled herself together and made a decision to push forward before the demons recovered from their last feat, to go on the attack before they thought of doing the same to us. You were declared dead. See, we did things properly though. Threw you a big funeral and everything. Everybody was bawling their eyes out. Even Beth shed a tear for you. The Queen sent all the civilians to nurse him, took the Sword of Valor, oh my god, and ordered all the troops to power. Only some folks kind of turned down that particular honor. You're a wonder, our wonder. You've been sent by the gods, no doubt about it. Maybe we're crazy, but we believe in you. I even started packing my stuff to go, but then I realized I couldn't do it. I felt torn between my duty to the Crusade and my duty to my family. I just kept thinking, you are our commander. We've been through so much together. So I told Beth all this, and she said to me, stay. I know what you're feeling. I know your love is with me. But if the commander comes back and finds no one here, she'll lose faith in us. I miss her, of course, like crazy. But I'm grateful as well. She's bound by her oath to the Queen, seeing as how you're not commander anymore. But she gave me freedom to do what my heart told me. To tell the truth, I thought I'd be sticking around here on my own. But before I knew it, there was a whole gang of us. A ragtag crew for sure. We're all united. We're all fighting for you. So about a week goes by, and then the demons, the scum, started sniffing around. It's obvious the Queen was long gone, and that's when it all started. They came at us with a whole bloody army, those sons of bitches, and they're led by Orgongoft, a fat hog of a demon. We had to surrender the fortress and retreat to safety. We've been here ever since, scouting out what we're planning next. Listening if we can, picking them off one by one. In other words, we've been living like rats. There ain't many of us left to top it off. Our blessed cleric from Canabras took off recently, heading who knows where. He said he had a dream about some gal and some fellow called Mustafan, and there was a waterfall. So the population of Dresden has been evacuated. Yeah, the queen got as many people out as she could, those who agreed to go, that is. Even the dungeons were empty and the prisoners evacuated. I did hear that somebody might have escaped on the way to Nurson, but I didn't ask for the details. It's not our problem anymore. Of course, they could move the bodies of those poor people whose souls were stolen by that. They couldn't move it. Summer or whatever his name is. They've been sheltered in the city. Uruz has been looking after him, and Sila's pales from the Houndhearts have been guarding them all this time. The demons have attacked a few times and given the knights a thrashing. Only Ellen was left standing, but none of the victims came to harm. By Desna, I hope their souls are found, so all this won't have been for nothing. What about the mongrels? I know exactly what happened. Deserted, they did. I didn't see that coming, I'll admit it. They were good people, strong. There were no signs anything was wrong, but one night they all got up as one and left. The guards at the gate tried to stop them. A fat lot that good. Mongrel slit the guard's throat and vanished into the wound. Nobody knows what happened to him, but there's been rumors. Okay, we've covered the reason. What's happening now? All hands on deck. One-Eyed Devil is spying in the tavern. Hiller has gone to free captured soldiers from the dungeon. The storyteller, he had a vision about you and the queen. He took off running, saying he needs to touch her things to find out where she is. If she's in dire straits, we need to go and help her once we deal with things here. Captain Silken, remember him? Was given the boot by his superiors. He wasn't getting along with them, so they tossed him out on his ear. And get this, the guy walks right out through the city gates, packed on his back, heading west like he's going for a stroll. What happened? He didn't see eye to eye with his superiors. The higher-ups didn't like that Seekland was assigning more and more soldiers to surveying the territory, leaving less and less for military action. The captain had a dream about discovering a surviving village like Wittgenstein. He got carried away. A couple knights from Arizona showed up with orders to strip him of his rank. He started yelling about how, once again, the nobility was neglecting the interests of the common folk. He didn't deserve to be treated like that. I hope he's still alive. If you come across him, tell him to come back, will ya? Maybe Sequin's career isn't over yet. Where did the queen go? And whatever. She didn't say anything to those who were, in case the demons got their claws on us, you know. They could force information on us. I don't know if what the storyteller saw was a dream or a vision, but he dashed off toward the citadel, said he was gonna hold some of Galfrey's things and find out where she was headed, because the commander would be back soon and would be asking about it. That's the last I heard from him. It's been gone half the day. Oh my goodness. I heard better news. Where are we going? Now that you're here, there's only one thing for it. We gotta win. But to do that, we need to hit them with everything we got. One and done. Here's what we'll do. You head for the Citadel and send everyone who's out in the city on assignments back to me. I'll round up everyone still within the walls. We'll meet up again at the Citadel and sock it to them in one final punch. But you better hurry. I haven't heard from any of the units in the city for a long time. Maybe there's no one left to round up? And one more thing. Remember the Bell of Mercy, the relic you returned? You'll be walking past it. Make sure to give it a good whack to make all the demons' eyes pop out. It'll at least give us a fighting chance. I heard it's good at frying scum of all kinds. Well, it's time to do my duties as commander. Good luck, Commander. Don't die out there. Please. Don't worry about your pals from the Fane. I'll get them here in one piece. Thank you.
That's easy.
At least, it's nice to know I can at least count on someone. You know, unlike some people.
I've seen worse.
Like, seriously? How do you fuck up so badly? Looks like I'm gonna be playing this entire level with almost no health.
Precisely.
Oh well. Who needs help when you got a horse? Onward, my trusty companions. Once again.
Always watch
So,
your back.
where's the Bell of Desna? It's up here. Careful, there are demons about. They killed our patrol. Don't worry, dude. Don't worry.
I sense something.
Careful now.
Okay, the bell has been struck.
I will defend my dream.
Cover me.
I gotta say, it is a bit worrying how much damage they're
I do
doing.
things my way. That's easy.
But let us continue, my trusty mates. All my people wiped out.
Precisely.
All my friends.
Always watch your back.
Staunton, seriously? I've lost again, but that won't save you. I rose to claim my revenge once, and I will rise again. I must kill her, that monster. She's to blame for all this suffering I have to endure. Staunton, I've never thought I'd see you again. Could not stay in my grave, so I rose to reap the harvest of blood, and I did. I have killed many crusaders and demons, and I will kill again. You think you can destroy me? I am vengeance. I am retribution. Do you want your vengeance on her, the temptress and deceptress who is the reason for all my suffering? Minago is her name, and I have vowed to shed her blood. How did he come back to life without a necromancer's help? And on you, my murderer, and on the crusaders who treated me like animals, on everyone, on the whole world, turned me into. My hatred raised me from the grave. I was treated unjustly, and I intend to repay everyone who had a hand in it. I was an honorable knight, but you, all of you, dragged my name through mud. You will pay dearly for what you've done. It's time to decide your fate. I have suffered for too long. Now I stand ready to accept your sentence. You know what? I'll cleanse you of the corruption that has possessed you. Farewell. Burn. I curse you. Curse you. You and everyone you hold dear. Die suffering. I start on hate and curse you all. You're on fire. There is nothing left of you. Please, for all that is good, stay dead this time.
Everything has a price. Careful now.
There can only be one undead person in this crusade, and that is me. Nobody else shall have the honor.
That's easy.
I should be quick saving a bunch, actually.
Enemies.
I mean, go ahead. Yeah,
Stay on
see?
your toes.
Where did that get you guys?
Precisely.
We're on. Dude, just leave. Okay.
I will protect you.
I always have the upper hand. Always watch your back.
Well, time to get out of. The one-eyed tiefling is sneaking towards the exit. Then he notices you and freezes, opening and closing, smiled silently like a fish. Hey, what's the whole... Faye spots you and freezes too, staring at you as if he's just seen a ghost. It's been a while. You can say that again, the tiefling says in a loud and excited whisper. We've already had your funeral. Where'd you come from? Oh, I see. Neva must have sent you to help us, and she was right to do so, I'll tell you. I wish I could say we're doing just fine on our own in here, but the truth is, I was already thinking we were done for. What happened to the half? It's pretty bad, isn't it? This place used to be nice to have a drink and good company, but now everything's busted up and covered in filth. Damn demons. It's not the first time the half measures seen tough times. I've been meaning to do this place up for a while, change the floor and slap a new coat of paint on the walls, but I never actually get around to it. Well, now's my chance. Got to say, it still makes my skin crawl when I think about the demons making themselves home here. It's time to get out of here. Right, by the way, we found out that the demons have hidden all their spoils in a hay right outside the tavern. They had no idea I was spying on them. It doesn't make sense to leave all those valuable supplies since we're about to wipe the demons out. Sorry, half measure. You'll have to wait a bit longer. My beautiful city, Abby. All my loyal men massacred. Why? Because somebody thought it was a good idea to fucking remove the fucking banner, the sword of valor, or whatever the hell it is. I mean, you recently watched the episode. You know, you heard me fucking complaining about it. You're like, I bet you by the time I fucking get back, shit's gonna hit the fan.
Hesitation is
And
a
look at
waste of
what's
time.
happened to my men.
That's easy.
I swore to protect those men. And what has the queen done? She got him killed. She took my banner away. And you know what? I bet you I'm gonna waltz in and she's like, oh, I thought you were dead. It's so good to see you. Let's be fucking friends. It's like all fucking...
Must before my brother.
Ooh, the frame rates. Okay, it's dead. Can the frame rates go back to where they were? Holy hell.
Always
Alright,
watch your back.
and
No reason to pause.
Sela. Actually, why am I doing that? This is gonna be much more beneficial. Where is it? Ember? Have I ever told you how much I appreciate you? Alright, Ember.
I will
That's...
not be trifled with.
Alright. Hey, look!
Everything has a price.
You know, pretty close to levels. Look, Staunton. I'm going to make sure that Minago lives. I will redeem her
Careful now.
if I can. Because that is what my character is. My character walks the path of redemption. It is a lonely road. Actually, not really. Do you see all the friends I have? No, yeah, but you've seen my playthroughs. Like, I have so many friends following the path of
I do
redemption.
things my way. That's easy.
Come on, guys. My poor people. My army's going to be devastated as well. Run! All right. I wish I could set Ember to have commands.
Always watch your back.
Okay. Are there any of my friends up here? No, but there's a chest.
I finished here.
Does that mean
Is there more?
my free crusaders are dead as well? It better not be. I was gonna save all my people. Hell. They were too stubborn to retreat. Their determination could have helped them in life, but instead, it has only led to their untimely death. I regret having to kill them. My friend! What are you doing here? I debated for a long time whether or not to interfere in Dresden's affair. However, the words of the loyalers who remained behind to defend the fortress touched my heart. I was persuaded to get involved. None too soon, it seems. What happened to the cultist despaired? I heard that he became a healer. I do not know if he still worships Bahamut, but even if he does, I'm certain he will bring more good into the world than evil. You should be proud of yourself. You chose to spare him. Thanks to your decision, the world now has another caretaker of its own. Come with me. You can help me drive away the demons. You are not leading a large force against the demons, and that leads me to believe that you do not want to attract attention. And a gold dragon entering the fray is something that attracts a good deal of attention, trust me. Furthermore, I wish to see for myself what you have achieved since we last saw. I want to observe how the dragon spirit manifests within you. I have to go then. Farewell, Commander. This will be a difficult fight, but if you look within yourself, you'll find that your spirit, the spirit of a dragon, cannot be defeated. If you feel the desire to follow Trendalev's step, come and meet me in Dresden after the battle. If you do not, well, then this will be our last meeting. Do I wish to become a dragon? Obviously, I wish to become a dragon.
Danger ahead!
Oh, gosh.
A chance to run.
Yep, that's gonna be bad.
Killing is what I was made for.
Okay. Okay, never mind. I was hoping that would, like, fix the fucking frame rates. I can see that, thank you. Okay, so, yeah, that's... We're just gonna avoid that guy. Especially because, for some reason, it's only that one particular enemy that drops the frame rates that low. I really hope
Always watch your back.
my theory about late game's path isn't completely true. I don't want to lose my little dragon buddy, but I also want to be a dragon buddy, so,
Time to rob them of their treasures.
gotta give you props. You actually did quite a bit of damage to Sela. Alright, Sela.
We will win this war.
Hey, Sela, can you please, like, fucking stand? Okay, no, never mind. Just gonna lay on the floor. Alright, take your time. We got plenty of time.
Rely on me.
Come on, Sela. Come on. You can do it. Come on.
A bright future.
Thank you,
awaits
Sela.
us.
I will not be trifled with. Careful now.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. Well, honestly, but we will put a quick save here.
That's easy. Precisely.
I do wish, in terms of mythic paths, because the way they work is the Lich gets new companions, which is cool. Obviously, the Azada gets a new companion, but the Lich's companions, or at least one of the Lich's companions, I don't know if all of them do, but at least one of the Lich's companions has their own unique story. They get Stott and Von as well. It's fine. I wish that was the case with my dragon friend here, but they're just a pet. They don't have anything special.
Always watch your back.
Storyteller. Long months have passed, Commander, but even while you were away, I could hear your brave heart beating. The sound never stopped for a second. You're a lively one, Grandpa Elf, always finding you in the most dangerous spots. But I'm still glad to see you, although you'd be safer tucked away up by some fire. How have things been the last 6 months? Spent the time serving the Queen to the best of our abilities, but a week ago, after she announced her decision to proceed with the crusade, many of us came to the conclusion that we could not go with her, because we did not believe that you were truly dead. We humbly declined the honors offered to us, and remained here to await your return. It was an easier decision for me than for others. I had encountered you in the abyss, and I knew you were alive, but not everyone believed me. Yesterday I had a vision. I was leafing through the pages that you had collected for me. Suddenly, I saw the future. Not the future clamoring to be told by the page in my hand, but your future. The future of the person who first brought me that page. In my vision, you returned from the abyss, marked by new powers that wound around you like snakes. Your voice made the earth tremble. People and demons dropped to their knees, and Iomade herself extended you a helping hand. But the only thing you were concerned with was the whereabouts of the banner and the Queen Galfrey had taken with her. I know what I saw is difficult to believe, but I am in the habit of trusting my visions. So I hurried to the Citadel to lay my hands on some of the Queen's possessions and try to discern where she went and where your banner is now. You know what, dude? You're damn fucking right. Where's my fucking banner? Do you know where the Queen went? It wasn't easy. I see the Queen's future and her past as if looking through shattered glass. Multiple visions come one after another, distorting the picture. The Queen is in mortal danger. At the crossroads of her fate. and her every step may prove fatal. Well, I don't really care about that. But I did not give up, and fortune smiled upon me. I touched her goblet and learned where she was heading. Her Majesty decided to march for Iz, a bold move, one worthy of a queen who is not accustomed to hiding. Not accustomed to hiding? What has she been doing for the past fucking 100 years? You must... Iz, the place sounds familiar. Can you remind me of the detail? As the city hangs over the abyss, is one of the citadels, the legendary rulers of Salcross, but now the demons are tearing it apart, making a mockery of its former glory. 2/3 of its magnificent streets and proud towers have collapsed into the world, but the city still holds on, just as Salcross holds on. Defeated, but refusing to die. We must leave this place. It's time for the final battle for Dresden. Yes, your rival has changed everything. After we lost Dresden, it felt as if the light of hope had left us forever. But you are just like the Sword of Valor. You are the banner of our victory. You're damn right. There's one more thing. In the shattered fragments that form her fate, I can sense your presence. I am convinced that the Queen could sense it too. No one can say what your next encounter will lead to, but there's one thing, I know for certain. Queen Galfrey's fate and yours are tightly intertwined. Fucking... so angry. Oh no, there are too many of them. I got this. This is useless. We're done for. Here comes the commander, kids. So commander, do you like what you see? You arrived just in time to hear your friends screaming for help. They trusted you, and look what's happened to them. Do you actually think you can rescue them? Do I think I'll rescue them? I'll fucking rescue them. I'll rescue my friends. And how exactly will you do that, you pathetic glaring maggot? What can you do on your own without your army? Yell inspirational speeches? Oh no, I'm so scared. And then all the pathetic defenders of Dresden will be inspired and turn into invincibles. Ha! Yes, that's usually how it goes in fairy tales. You know what happens in real life? We'll wipe your army out, and you along with it. But I won't kill everyone. I'll lock you in a cage, and then start torturing your friends. Once I'm done with them, they will come and spit in your face. They'll tell you themselves what torment you doomed them to. Abby, would you like to see this? Would you like to see this? Would you like to see me become a dragon? You are just a jumped up mortal insect. You are a nobody. I am a gold dragon. My heart is full of compassion, but my spirit is relentless. I will allow those who want to leave to go in peace, but those who stay, I will have to destroy. This should cement my gold dragon. I'm sorry, Avivu, if you leave, but this is what we've been working up for. The wound in your chest burst open in a spray of love. The might bestowed upon you by the Abyss and Arusha erupt into the world, and you pay for it in pure agony.
Chance to run.
Just a moment ago seemed so vast, so powerful, now seems like a slow-witted bully to you. The demons and the Citadel's defenders are all just poor, misled children who see no further than the tip of their own noses. Your heart fills with compassion for them. It's beautiful. Look at it, Abby. Look at it. It's beautiful. The soft glow of your scales touches them all, soothing them with its warmth, and they realize there's no need to fight anymore. Battles are pointless. Life, every moment of it, is the greatest miracle. Preserving it and revealing in each new day is what is truly important. Some of the demons hesitate for a moment and then leave, wondering what they're doing here and why they go into this fight in the first place. But others are just too angry to retreat. You know they are no match for a gold dragon, and their sad decisions have just doomed them. Battle it is then. It's beautiful! That shouldn't have locked me out of anything besides maybe. Well, this is the most beautiful thing I have witnessed, Abby. Okay, wait, is it changed? Oh no. Is this Ioma Day? This is Ioma Day. I suppose. I just wanted to see if you want to see me turn into a gold dragon. An incredible silence suddenly descends over the city.
Knight Commander, at last we meet.
I greet you, Light of the Sword.
And I greet you, Knight Commander. I suppose you're asking yourself why I am here. Gods must not interfere directly in the affairs of mortals. But what is happening here, in the World Wound, is no longer the concern of mortals alone. And this is proof. This fortress has witnessed so many horrors and miracles. It makes me wonder how it still stands. Goodness and the light of hope are not unknown to you, but you mix them with recklessness. And the power that feeds this recklessness is dangerous. The path you chose to defend Dresden, I cannot accept it. Demons are an evil that have brought immeasurable suffering to this world, and yet you gave them a choice? When they corrupt and destroy, they do not give anyone the benefit of choice. They do not deserve mercy. Your power is great, but it will be no good for Golarion if you continue to let its enemies run free. But I did not come here to reproach you, or to bewail the fate of the unfortunate defenders of Dresden. I wish to stop the forces of evil and defend Golarion, both from Dascari's violent rage and from Nocticula's insidiousness. But that is not my only goal. I have come here to restore justice, for justice is the birthright of all. That's why I hail you as a heroine who has triumphed over the demons many times. At the same time, I grieve for you, as for a soul that is caught in a web of demonic deceit and villainy.
Maybe I did acquire my powers from dubious source, but I'd follow
You
my own
may
path.
think so, but alas, this is not true. It can be, however, if you accept my help. In that moment, when my poor Herald was being torn apart by monsters, he found the strength to send me a message about what he had learned in the Abyss. You were in Alushanira, where you spoke with the Lady in Shadow and the Architect of the World Wound. They confessed what they had done to you, but they did not reveal the whole truth. Both you and this unfortunate world will have to pay dearly for the power that they so generously bestowed upon you. But all is not yet lost. That is why I have come.
Oh my goodness. Things got interesting.
Who here has been taking my name in vain? Ah, it's you, the Inheritor. What's this? Our worst fears have come to pass. The gods are flocking to Golarion. This merry little tinderbox could ignite at any moment, reducing the material plane to dust.
I did not come here to fight.
Oh, really? I didn't realize you were good for anything else. Forgive me, that was unfair of me. Judging by your successes over the last 100 years, fighting is not your forte. After all, the wound is still there, as far as I know. So why are you here? If you have come to meddle in my affairs, don't expect me simply to stand aside.
This party's really getting started. Who will be next? Who will arrive next? Kate and Kelly,
The
perhaps?
two of us will be more than enough. Listen to what I have to tell you. If she wishes to be present for this conversation, so much the better. Do you hear me, Nocticula? You and your servant are under no obligation to leave. I have come here to shed the light of truth. Let us see if you both can withstand its merciless radiance. I cannot change the flow of mortal history by force. After all, the World Wound is their doing, although committed at the behest of the Abyss. But sometimes force is unnecessary, and truthful words are all it takes.
The goddess who was mortal not so long ago is eager to judge us for our sins now. My sin, to be precise. What lies behind your eagerness, proud Iomade? Righteous wrath? Or perhaps fear? Watch out. A simple mortal woman has learned how to grant powers to others. Powers which are beyond the wildest dreams of many Imperial lords. This must be stopped, forbidden, taken away immediately. After all, what need will we have for all these arrogant gods once we become their equals?
Silence. It is impolite to interrupt your elders. But you know, Inheritor, she does have a point. What are you going to do now? Break my weapon, which has made so many victories possible, and only because she received that weapon from my profane hands, and the entire affair must therefore be profane also? What real reasons do you have, save those born of your envy, your capriciousness, and your suspicions?
My reasons are quite real, as you well know. That is why you appeared here in such haste, is it not? You have woven a delicate lace of half-truths, Nocticula. From you and your servant, the Knight Commander has learned that she is bound to the world wound, that she is slowly dying because of its influence, and that she is yet capable of closing it. But you withheld a crucial piece of information. You never told her that closing the wound won't save her from death. For this lock will destroy the key to which it is bound. The one who closes the world wound will die along with it.
That is true. I tried to tell you back in Illusionera, but I was not allowed to. It is an unavoidable consequence of this process. To stitch two planes together as I have stitched Galarian and the Abyss, the soul of a mortal must be woven with the essence of the Abyss. To undo this seam, the original soul, the key, must be ripped apart. No one could survive such a process.
In other words, I'll die if I don't close the wound, and I'll die if I do.
It is true. Now do you see the perils of accepting a demonic gift? No matter how much power the Abyss gives you, that power will always be tainted by lies and misfortune. This is the justice I promised you. The right to know the whole truth, and not to be a plaything in the hands of abyssal spawn.
You're trying to hide this from me?
Trying, you say? I successfully hid the truth from you for as long as I deemed necessary. Are you expecting me to explain myself? My goal is to close the world wound, not to grant you a happily ever after.
Well, now I'm starting to understand the rules of this game.
Yes. The power that Nahindrian crystals grant you will bring about nothing but your own demise. The branches of the Tree of Sin are vast and verdant, but its only fruit is death. You will not be able to save yourself unless you reject everything that has been foisted upon you. Now you know everything.
No, we're not quite finished with the revelations yet. Few secrets remain to be revealed, but they will be worth the wait. Does this look familiar? Do you remember the similar wound above your own heart? I have given you enough hints. Come on, ask me the question I have been waiting for.
I received my wound because you implanted the essence of the Abyss into my soul. That would be it. When you expanded my soul, when you expanded the world wound. My question is, why do you have a similar wound? Could it be because you used your own soul as a key when you first opened it?
That's right. And this means that the world wound actually has two keys.
Good question. Just imagine. I have wasted so much time chasing the key to the world wound.
Sorry.
And the key
Things
was
just hit the
right
fan.
under my nose this whole time. Marilu, my love, come over here. Wait, I said wait! That little bitch. I knew she would betray me sooner or later, but I never expected such an idiotic stunt. But everything seems to be falling into place quite nicely. You see, You don't have to die after all. Arilu opened the world wound, and Arilu will be the one who closes it, whether she likes it or not. Although, someone will need to catch her first, and this will require certain powers.
Yes, Arilu Vorlesh will pay for her crimes with her life. Her flight confirms that our suppositions were correct. But now we know that the world wound can be sealed with her blood. You have no reasons to remain indebted to the Abyss and indulge the Queen of the Succubi. Reject her gift, and secure your victory while being the person you were before Arilu Vorlesh corrupted you. Win as a mortal, and become a legend among mortals.
She's talking rubbish. True, we gave you the power, but it was you who chose how to wield it. It belongs to you, and it will remain yours, so you can do whatever you want with it. But first, you must use it to close the world wound. You aren't going to catch this world's most powerful witch, and a half-demon one at that, with your bare hands, are you?
Before I ask my questions, I want to ask him already some questions.
Ask, and you shall have your answers.
You gained your power from the Starstone.
My ascension was not accomplished in one day, and even the test of the Starstone was only one of its stages. I did not merely gain power. I embraced a sacred duty. Your power, on the other hand, stems not from long hours of study, not from trials. It is not the natural talent you were born with and carefully honed throughout your life. It is the result of an evil soul's deranged experiment with the blood of dead abyssal lords. It is time to make your decision, then.
I want to ask my companions for advice. What do you think?
Perhaps your power came from the Abyss. That your beautiful soul has cleansed it of all evil. Don't reject this power, for you have already proved that you are worthy of it.
I enjoy feeling mythic power within me. But my life was perfectly fine before it. So it is up to you to decide.
Being around you is so much fun. The whole world is ablaze. War is raging, but even those who are on the verge of dying smile when they see you. This power is good. Perhaps it was evil before, but you have made it good. Don't throw it away.
As a cave monster who's going to grow old and die in about 10 years' time, I can tell you this. There's no power in the world that's worth selling yourself out to the Abyss for. Being the invincible companion of the magical commander was fun and all, but we don't need it. It doesn't really matter how much magic they've heaped on you. You're the commander because you have the heart and mind of a true commander. Screw your power. Don't betray yourself. That way, we'll win.
I don't see any reason for deliberation. Your power is chaotic and capricious, and it originates from a demonic source.
So
I
you are
doubt
against.
you can even control it. Heed the words of the goddess. Reject it. And then we will hunt down Arilu Vorlesh and deliver the punishment she deserves.
It's not my place to gainsay the will of my goddess, but the thing is, I can sense evil. And I don't sense it in your power at all. I just don't. Whatever those horned monsters had planned for you, you definitely aren't playing by their rules.
You gave hope to the Crusaders in their darkest hour, even when all seemed lost and only despair and death lay ahead. With these powers, you have saved countless lives, and you will save more. Of course you must keep them.
My brother is wise. Listen to his advice.
Someone pinch me. We are standing in the presence of the most pompous goddess in the world, debating whether we should listen to her or send her packing along with her invaluable opinions. I shall remember this moment for the rest of my life. Even as I stand in Pharasma's court, I shall tell this story to anyone who will listen. As for your question, by all means, tell her to go to the Abyss. The power is yours, and yours alone.
I hate it when they corner you and demand answers out of you. But fine, I'll tell you what I think. With you, I've always had my freedom, Chief, so I'll speak freely. Be who you are and don't count on gifts from nobody. You gave me the same advice back in Alishanira, remember? And I've never regretted following it. Maybe you won't have the powers you had before, but do you really need somebody's permission to do what you want to do? That's what it's all about.
Experience tells me that it's wiser to trust yourself and your own abilities. You can't trust what clients tell you. One day you're a hero, the next you're working for the enemy. Sorry, but it all looks like a setup to me. First they tell you to lay down your weapons, and then, once you're unarmed, they finish you off in some back alley.
Your powers are interesting from a theoretical point of view. You are an experiment started by Aurilu Vorlesh, and terminate—
If you have questions, ask away.
Now that we've decided to use Aurelio to close the world one, do you still want me to keep the powers I acquired from her?
Of course I do. Firstly, you'll need those powers to catch Aurilu and bring her to Threshold. Surely you don't think she'll willingly fall into your hands, and the demonic hordes will politely make way for you. And secondly, the powers Aurilu gave you protect you from dying before your time. None of us want the wound to kill you prematurely. You are extremely useful to me alive. After all, if you let Aurilu slip through your fingers, we can always go back to the original plan for closing the wound.
Why did you try?
Apparently, she understood that her secret was about to be revealed anyway, so she decided to leave in style. What human female over 100 years old wouldn't feel flattered at being the center of attention? Although she could have other reasons. She obviously wanted us to understand everything and immediately rush off in pursuit of her. She's probably been preparing for a war of all against all for a long time, and now she wants to wage it on her own terms. Expect treachery and traps wherever you go.
Do you really plan to use me to become goddess
That is
yourself?
nothing but the wild speculation of a little girl who gained celestial power through no merit of her own, and now fears that others may do the same, forcing her to share her place in the spotlight. Do I want to become a goddess? Of course I do. Who wouldn't? Can you help me with that? Sadly, no. Of course, Aurilu used to blather on about how her brilliant invention could bake gods like pies. But between you and me, the cleverer the inventor, the larger their ego becomes. So far, she hasn't managed to create anything stronger than you. And, no offense, but you're no match for any deity.
Where could Aurelio fall to?
No, let's think. She's hidden in the abyss before. She won't dare to return there now. Not only to my realm, but to any other either. Even if Baphomet and Discari both take it upon themselves to guard Aurilu personally, that won't stop me from sneaking in, slitting her throat, and leaving undetected. And she knows that. If I were her, I would hide in a place where the powers of her enemies were uncertain, and her own power was close to unlimited. I say you should look for her here, in the World Wound. Very well.
Ask, and you shall have your answers. Every one of my angels volunteered for that mission. They all knew what kind of watch they were going to keep. They knew that it would be a hard and exhausting battle, but that the lives of mortals throughout Golarion would depend on it. Alas, angels' minds can be as fragile as the minds of mortals. In less than 100 years, many wavered, and wished to break the oath they had sworn. I do not blame them. I blame myself for allowing them to take on a burden that was too heavy for them.
Did you send the Herald to follow me to the Abyss, or did he go on his own whip?
He acted on his own noble impulse, and I did not stop him. I also did not try to dispel his misconception about you being my chosen one. I do not lie, but both celestial beings and mortals can be mistaken.
She doesn't lie, sure. She merely withholds some of the truth. For the noblest of reasons, of course.
You know what happened to the
My
Herald?
herald, my loyal companion, was captured. And now demons are using him to attack Dresden. They're holding him in the Ivory Labyrinth, Baphomet's realm of the Abyss. It is a place I cannot go, not even to save my faithful friend. For doing so would start an interplanar war. Right now, as we speak, Baphomet's servants are torturing the hand of the Inheritor. Tormented and anguished, he reaches for you with his thoughts and his soul. I cannot tell if he sees you as a great unfulfilled hope or a last chance. But Baphomet knows well how to exploit such desperate yearning. He has turned my herald into a source of power to open temporary portals. They do not last long, but they lead from the dungeon where the hand of the Inheritor suffers, right to your doorstep. Baphomet does not need to lead his armies through the rifts. Now he can send them right here. As long as my poor herald remains in the hands of that monster, this will not stop. I cannot say if it is still possible to save him, or if putting him out of his misery is the only way. I cannot openly ask you to intervene. But if you decide to do so, you will be helping both yourself and the one who chose the martyr's path when he followed you into the abyss.
Why didn't you?
At first, I did not know who you were, or where your powers originated. This was revealed to me only when my herald offered up his dying prayer from the depths of the abyss. And following his desperate plea, I sought to confirm my suspicions. Until that point, I had observed you without intervening. After all, your crusade was securing victories, the first Golarion had seen in many years. So even if it was not I who had sent you into battle, it felt unfair to undermine you.
In other words, our Imperial guest had no problem with your power, as long as she didn't know where it came from. She didn't even share her suspicions with her own herald. And after all that, someone dares to claim that demons are the most deceitful creatures?
You should not blame someone else if you base your accusations on vague suspicions rather than solid proof. You call my behavior deceitful.
You're both fucking
You,
deceitful.
of all creatures,
fucking
who kept
bastards.
the commander ignorant of the fate you had chosen for her? Indeed, the insolence of demons knows no bounds. It is time to make your... I am waiting for your answer.
Quite right. Make your choice.
Okay. So, let's see, what do we get? Gold Dragon's Breath, Gold Dragon Form. Ugh. So excited. I'm sorry, but I'm clearly choosing to be the fucking gold dragon. I can't wait. It's gonna be beautiful, Abby. Wings. Oh my goodness, Abby's gonna be so beautiful. So excited.
Hesitation is a waste of time.
I thank you both for your wise decision, but take a closer look at me and you'll understand that I don't need it. As a golden glow flows, metal scales appear around your knuckles. Fire erupts from your nostrils. With a shriek, Nocticula shields her eyes. Even Amodia squints a little as she looks at you.
Are beautiful. Now I have no doubts. He will save us all.
Thank you, Arushale.
What
Thank
is
you.
that? Where did it come from?
So, This is the path you have chosen? Well, I accept your choice with respect. It will not be easy for you, Guardian of Mortals. Do not expect any gratitude from those you save, and your loved ones will have to pay for every one of your failures. But if you can handle the burden that you have just taken on, then perhaps one day you will understand how I feel. And then we will meet again. And now I bid you farewell.
This is what I've been looking forward to. Oh, it's so beautiful. I don't know if I lost Ivu, probably, but that's okay. Now, I don't have a pet dragon. I am the dragon. It's a bit sad, but like I was saying earlier, I think Ivy would be better if there was more of a connection with her, but for the most part, she doesn't have any interesting quests along with her or anything. She's just a pet who talks in some cases, but there's not really a lot of like really deep connections with her. So, being a dragon is exactly what I need. Actually, it's not what I need, but it is what I wanted. And my city is back to the way it was. No, I'm still mad at the queen. Is that me? Oh my goodness. Please tell me that's me. I really hope that's me in the courtyard. Oh no. Oh, Vaivu. Look at what happened to me. I'm smoking. There's no magic left in me. That's because it was all coming from you. But of course, I'm not angry with you for giving up your Azada power, and the others aren't angry either. Even if they can no longer be free crusades, our island no longer flies, no more magical things happen there. It's so sad. I have to go back to Elysium. But we'll stay friends, won't we? We're not just friends. Someday we'll be a real dragon family. Of course. I just need to grow a little bigger. 100 more years, maybe 200, and I'll fly back to you. Or maybe you'll come to me, and we'll fly around together and do all sorts of exciting things. I'll miss you so much. I would stay, but without your power, I'm a regular little dragon again. The first demon we meet would gobble me up in one bite, but we'll meet again. You'll see. Bye. See you. I'll definitely, absolutely see you someday. Goodbye, my friend. Commander, we won. We did it! The demons just folded and fled. All hail the great gold dragon. I wish Erebeth could have seen it. She missed out on so many incredible things. The dragon, Iomade. She won't believe me when I tell her. But you being a dragon is so weird. I remember back when you were just normal. What's with all the excitement? I'm just doing what I can. Sure. But what you can do is turn into an awesome dragon. But it's more than just that. When I saw the demons just leaving one after another without hurting anybody, I wondered if this is how things could always be. If they all just took themselves back to the abyss without harming any of our side, maybe we could be sad to see the back of this war. Nobody would be sad to see the back of this war. The Great Gold Dragon. I like the sound of that. I bet you do. But don't go get in a big head. You're not a full dragon yet. You're just able to do these amazing things. When you become a full-fledged dragon, you can take me for a ride. That's when I'll call you the Great Gold Dragon all the time. 'Cause it'll be true. Everything is going to be fine. Dresden is safe, and I'll make sure it stays that way. And what are we going to do? We're going to look after the city too. That's what. Don't go thinking you're alone in this. We're gonna kick back and relax just because you can. We ain't gonna kick back and relax just because you can make miracles happen. What's the situation at the front? Unknown. Her Majesty mustered all the troops she could raise, so advanced. There's been no word from her since she left. Perhaps she's boldly taking is now. Maybe her bones have already been picked clean by the demons. We don't know. I doubt anybody except you will be able to find out. But that's not all. The Baphomets keep taking swipes at us. The scumbags are holed up somewhere. The Ivory Labyrinth, I bet. And they keep opening the portals in different spots, dropping off a dozen units, and then closing the portal before we can get to them. We've lost more scouts than I care to admit, before we figured out how they were pulling off the little trick. So here's what I'm thinking. Maybe you could get to one of those portals in time. You could be ready for them somehow, so that when one opens, you get inside and crack some skulls. Then they might even be holding the poor Herald in there. If he's alive, you can free him. How do you feel after seeing the goddess in the flesh? My ears are still ringing from the trumpets after witnessing that sight. I don't think I could be surprised again. I have to catch Arilu. Any ideas where I should look for her? Not especially. She's roaming the abyss. There's a large enhanced demon army being sent here. It's being led by a demon named Mufasa. Do you know anything about it? Scouts reported the movements of a large demon far to the southwest of Dresden. They were marching across the dried out lakes. There used to be a surprising place here, but where they went, nobody knows. They're not heeded for us, that's for sure. Headed for us, that's for sure. Thank you for your prayer. I'll be setting off without delay. Commander, go forth boldly. Have no fear. Just make sure you don't get carried away out there. People have already heard stories of you making fools of demons. Folks are gonna come here for sure. So come back as soon as, and together we'll march against the enemy in the final battle. That is, if they don't change their minds after hearing your speeches. And you're gonna help the Queen. Well, you're Beth's with her. I've seen how you protect your own. Protect her as well, please. She's good. She deserves your goodwill. Don't forget it. I
Commander,
will protect.
We wanted to bend your ear about something. There's a highly delicate matter that we can't resolve on our own.
Oh my goodness. This is awkward.
We were just arguing about which one of us you'd choose if you had to. You know, hypothetically speaking, of course. Want to help us settle the debate?
I'm sorry. I am a demon. You are immortal. You would be better off without me. But I will always be grateful to you for those brief moments of closeness that we had, or might have had, between us.
Obviously. I'm sorry, Lon. I don't know why Lon thinks... So, here's the problem. I've never once flirted with Lon, because I always felt bad for him. I've flirted with just about every other character in the game. But never Lon, because of his sad-ass story. But for some reason, he thinks, like, I like him romantically. And I'm like, Lon, I've only ever been your friend. What are you talking about? So obviously, we're going to do Arushale. So, Arushale, I need you, and only you. Please do not deny this love between us, if you feel it as well.
You're right. All right. I will hold on to the light and warmth that you give me. I'll hold on so tightly that no one will be able to pry it from my grasp.
Well, what can you do? At least you were honest.
I'm sorry, Lon, but the T-pose. Lady Victoria, I have fairly important news. I will do my best to brief you. Helmite orders have not reacted well to the developments I have mentioned in my latest report, specifically regarding the true source of your power. The very notion that we have been cooperating with a weapon forged by Varesh and Nocturgia has caused discontent. The orders have not issued any official edict, but many chapters and high-ranking knights have been called from their assignments and barricaded themselves in one of our posts. The one you know, in fact. I suggest you go there and resolve the issue between the orders and the crusade. This is a matter of importance. Very well. I will go there as soon as possible. Excellent. This is all I have to report, so I will return to my duties, and you may attend to your other affairs. I will. Lady Victoria, Succus gazed at you despondently. Shiza, in my dream, a fire destroyed almost everything. The only thing that survived was a table. I've returned to my dream world so many times. Nightmare still lurks there, but I want to understand why this table is so important. Why did it survive? I can't figure out what makes it special. It looks like a simple piece of furniture. It just stands there. What am I supposed to do? What am I doing wrong? Is your nightmare still attacking you? Not openly. It's still lurking in the shadows, gnawing at my soul from within. It never leaves me alone. But it hasn't tried to fight me again. Where did this table come from? Where did it come from? I remember. There was a loaf of bread on that table. That was an Eva's dream, remember? She said she wanted to learn how to bake. The bread went up in flames along with all the other fragments, but the table remained. Would you like to enter your dreams again? I don't think that will help. We've already been there twice, and now, no, there must be something. I just look at it as something, but how do I find the other side of a dream? The other side of the dream is called the reality. Perhaps this table represents something that you're supposed to do in real life? You might be right, but what exactly should I find a table? Buy one? Perhaps I should learn the craft of a carpenter and make myself one? So many possibilities, and I don't even know where to begin. Her excitement gives way to dismay. Perhaps Desna can help you solve this riddle? But she was the one who asked me to solve it. I don't think she's going to tell me the answer. I must find it myself, but how? If this table came from Neva's dream, perhaps you should talk to her. I've been living among the mortals for a while, but there's still so much I still don't understand about account. How you live, what you dream about. You're right. We should ask Neva. It is part of her dream, after all. That is a good idea. But could you please talk to her instead? I don't even know how to begin a conversation like this. It is personal. Please ask her, and I will stay nearby. Commander, I'm sincerely gladdened by your return, and I am delighted to hear of your recent victories. It is a shame that my duty has kept me away from the front lines. I would like to take a place in the ranks of your crusaders, and perhaps I will still have a chance to do so. But before that happens, we must address another issue. I suppose you have already guessed what has brought me here. We parted ways after the discovery made at Count Arendesa. You and I both know that the Count became a conduit from an unknown, which I call the Other. I retreated to Nurson and went beyond Mendev's borders looking for mentions of such entities and ways to fight them. And now my search has been thrown. I'm ready to go. What have you learned? I must be honest, I still don't know what it is. However, I managed to find some evidence similar incidents. Individuals who, in a horrible moment in their life, became a gateway for an unknown entity. The most curious part is that all these cases appear almost sequentially. They happened in vast corners of Glarian, but no two incidents ever occurred at the same time. This leads me to think that we are dealing with a single entity, one that has been secretly present in our world for a long time, merely changing its gateways on occasion. While I do not know what this entity is, I managed to find something real. An Arcanist managed to pick up the trail of the Other and invented a ritual to weaken and bind it. She died under very suspicious circumstances. Her decapitated body was found in her laboratory. Her head was never found, but her notes survived. I've discussed it with several highly esteemed experts in magic. I'm inclined to consider this a reliable weapon. You can use the ritual to lure the entity out, bind it, and probably exterminate. But to do that, I'll need your assistance, Commander. What do we need to do? Let's carefully prepare the ritual and then bring the Count to the designated location. The ritual will lure out the Other, weaken its connection with the Count, and bind its essence to our world like an anchor. The last part is important. All the evidence indicates that while the gateway is active, the Other can traverse freely between the material plane and some unknown space that lies beyond. If we fail to bind the Other with a ritual, it will either escape or, in worst case scenario, drag us into its realm. Hence, we must lure it out and then, I suppose, defeat it. There's one more issue. Aside from the fact we'll have to fight this incredible, powerful entity, the Other's suspicion must not be aroused until the very last moment. And this means the Count must not know anything as well. Okay. Must not know he's in any danger. Why do you think the Other will appear to protect him? The Count has been in danger many times, but nothing specialized him. You have a special connection with your companions, Commander. You shared part of your mythic power with them. They journeyed through the abyss with you and survived to tell the tale. I believe the Other understands this. It's also must understand how dangerous it would be if you were to become not a benefactor but an enemy to its gateway. I am certain that it will react to a threat coming from you as opposed to ordinary encounters with demons and cultists. How dangerous is it? It's extremely dangerous. Okay. It's strong. Wait, did it just say it's stronger than a Balor? It's stronger and more dangerous than Balors and other generals. Oh, I don't like that. I suspect the oracle powers that the Count has developed come from the other. As a rule, only gods, beer lords, and other extremely powerful beings are capable of such abilities. I know no one except for you who could challenge such an entity, so I'm asking you to help for the safety of all who dwell on Galarian. I'll help you. I must have chosen a suitable location in the world. I'll mark it on your map. You must bring the Count there without alerting him to what's going on. I assume that another foray into Whirlwind will hardly raise his suspicion. I will await you there and with the ritual circle prepared, but before we reach the crucial moment, you must make the Count and the other believe the Count is in danger. I suppose the easiest way to do that would be to tell him that you made a deal with the Mendev Inquisition, and the Count will have to face punishment for his crime, real or imaginary. I'll find a way to intimidate him, but you must play along. You need to provoke the other to come out to protect its gateway. That's when we'll finish it off once and for all. This case will be my greatest triumph or my greatest failure, but I firmly believe that it must be done. Remember my words. The other must be convinced that we are not a threat to the Count, and that we know nothing of its existence. The slightest suspicion could prove fatal to us. Until we meet again, Commander, and may the gods be with us. Oh my goodness! More fucking speeches. Commander, help us, please. He's gone crazy. He will kill us. Calm down, what happened? Do you remember the Geronot the cleric who was it? Locals weren't very welcome to him after all. He was a stranger who was preaching about Sherman, but little by little, he went fishing alongside us. He told stories about the Crusades. He told us about meeting you and seeing the Queen and the songs he used to sing. And then they just made you want to stop and listen. Well, eventually, we became very close. We started playing and learning. My brother didn't seem to mind at first, but after we got married, well, that's when he became violent. He threatened to hurt us. I tried to talk him out of it, but even the thought about leaving the village, but when my brother found out, he lost him completely. America is strong, and no one else in the village dares to challenge him. It was a miracle I managed to escape, but my husband is still there. He didn't make it out of the village. I don't know what's happened to him. Please help us. All right, I'll help you. Thank you. I'll head back to the village. I'll do my best to keep him from flying to rage, but please hurry. I'm afraid he might do something terrible. Oh my... fucking finally! Sorry about that, Corey. How are you? Sorry that took so fucking long. Man, Abby, this is going to be so much fun. I can't wait.
Is a waste of time.
Gold Dragon Breath. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I can transform yet. But that's okay. Do you love my beautiful wings? I got beautiful wings, Abby. Yes, beautiful gold wings.
Everything has a price.
I do not regret my decisions in the slightest. This was a beautiful decision. Probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in the game. Beautiful wings. I'm a fucking dragon. Oh, also I get resistances. I think there's going to be more that I get, but I have to go talk to my dragon buddy first, and then I'll get it. It is a bit sad that, I lost my friend, but